Babe Comes Home. Babe Comes Home was a silent film from 1927 which is lost today, along with about 90% of all silent films ever made. However, this one is rather interesting, as it was Babe Ruth's first role in film. He plays a character named Babe Dugan in this romantic comedy, about a deteriorating relationship due to Babe's chewing tobacco addiction, and the end result of the movie has Babe win the baseball game and swear to quit chewing tobacco forever. Quite a few stills and promotional material have surfaced of this film, but the movie is believed to have never been seen since its release, and is very unlikely to be found.
Today, 16 players are here are trying to win $50,000. Every one of them holds a different riddle, but only one of them holds the jackpot riddle. You never know when someone in the game will stand up and yell, "Jackpot!"
Jackpot was an NBC game show that aired in the 1970s. The format of the game is quite complicated from the research I've done, and even after watching this show I'm not quite sure I understand it. In the best way I know how to describe it, one person called the king or queen gets asked riddles worth various dollar amounts by the audience, and if they get it wrong, they swap places with the audience member. While the show's original run aired in the 70s, there were some times when the show was brought back in the 80s. In total, there are about 450 episodes of this show, and while a large portion of audio recordings exist, only one episode has been found in both audio and video form. Since this show never got any reruns or home media releases, only those who recorded the show when it aired would have a chance at finding episodes, unless they're somehow locked away in the NBC vaults. Fire Emblem Wii. Fire Emblem Wii was a planned game sometime in the late 2000s, obviously for the Wii. Not much was known about this game until some concept material was revealed in the making of Fire Emblem book in 2015. The game was planned to be quite different from the Fire Emblem games fans were accustomed to up to that point. The game would have been in 3D with a zoomable camera. As well as this, combat would not be turn-based, and instead the game would have been a real-time strategy type game. The game was cancelled early on, so very few concrete ideas were agreed on, and it's likely that ideas from this game were used in future Fire Emblem games. Aside from the concept material seen in the book, there's very little information about this game.
Son, I want you to keep this cell phone on you at all times. It's expensive, so you gotta be careful.
I think I lost it.
What? How did you lose it?
Found it. It broke.
Cricket, you gotta be more... Somebody call the fire department? Seriously?
Sorry.
Country Club. This is an interesting piece of lost media because we don't actually know if it's lost. It's supposedly the test pilot for the Disney show Big City Greens, about a farmer losing his farm and moving into his mother's house in a big city. The pilot supposedly uses the same plot as the first episode, which is a common tactic in a lot of shows, but about 1 minute of footage have surfaced from the creator. There's speculation that this footage is all that ever existed. The 1 minute long clip might actually be the completely found pitch, but this is unknown. Along with this, some concept material has surfaced, but if there is indeed any unseen footage, it's highly unlikely to get a release, considering the swift deletion of the original post of the 1 minute clip by the show's creator. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Australian Edition. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a very iconic game show around the world. While the game first got its start in Britain, eventually other countries got their own versions of the show, and the Australian version is one that is surrounded by intrigue because of how difficult it is to find episodes from the first season. The first season aired in 1999 until the show's cancellation in 2006. Very little footage has resurfaced since that time. Clips from 3 episodes are available online, but there currently exists no footage of a full episode from Season 1. Some clips from these episodes made it to the end series highlight episode, but this is currently all that's available right now.
This song's called Opinion. Congratulations, you have won this year's subscription. All bad puns and a makeshift story. I'm concerned and to set it up before it burns. My opinions, my opinions.
Opinion. What you just heard was Opinion, or Opinions as it's sometimes called. And it was a song written by Kurt Cobain in 1990 about sensationalized media, and it was supposedly performed the night he wrote it. While the rough version of that performance is readily available online, there exists another version that wasn't known about until 2015, when it was used in the biopic Montage of Heck. At the end, 12 seconds of audio from the version of the song are used. Currently, no other audio of this version is leaked, and it's unknown whose possession it could even be in. It's unknown when this version of the song was recorded, or whether or not it was a studio demo, and that's all the information we have, as it's currently lost.
She's as headstrong as Moesha.
Fight me.
She's as clueless as Cher.
I'm as strong, I'm a band geek and a majorette.
And as rebellious as...
What is this, Hyde the Bastard?
Meet Joanne. She's Primetime's newest bad girl.
I like guys with pierced toes.
And she's about to meet her real mother for the very first time.
If you're trying to shock me, nothing will ever beat, hello, you're my mother.
Be there for Reunited, the series premiere Tuesday on the new UPN Prime.
Reunited. Possibly one of the most obscure sitcoms in existence, Reunited was a show that aired on UPN in 1998. The show was about a woman who gets reunited with her birth mother after being put up for adoption 20 years earlier. The premise of the show is kind of mundane, and combining with the late time slot the show was placed in on UPN, it led to a Nielsen rating of 0.9, meaning the show had only about 900,000 viewers per episode. The ratings were so low that the show was cancelled after only 7 episodes, and after only 6 of those episodes had aired. No footage from any of the episodes has survived except for a single promo uploaded to YouTube.
America's #3 best-selling self-help guru. He's helped millions with his books, I Know More Than You and I Still Know More Than You. He's Bob Patterson.
Communication is everything. Communication is everything. Without communication, I couldn't communicate the importance of communication. Do you understand?
Bob Patterson. Bob Patterson was an ABC sitcom that aired from October to November of 2001. The show was about America's #3 self-help guru who wrote the books I Know More Than You and I Still Know More Than You. If you can't tell, the show seems to have a very smug tone, which didn't at all help its critical reception. Bob Patterson himself was played by Jason Alexander of Seinfeld fame, and he was also one of the co-creators. The comedic disconnect between him and audiences was felt such that the show did poor ratings-wise and did not get a home media release. Of the 10 episodes, 4 are lost completely, while most of episode 9 is lost. The Paley Center for Media has copies of the first 2 episodes, but they're found anyway, so that doesn't really help with the search. Al-Shamshun. The Simpsons is quite possibly the most iconic TV animated series in existence, having aired episodes since the 1980s and still going. To adapt to a foreign market, an Arabic version was made called Al-Shamshun. As with most foreign adaptations of shows, changes were made to better fit the culture. In certain parts of the Middle East, episodes of The Simpsons were already airing on TV in English with Arabic subtitles, so the region was acquainted with the show. But in this version, specifically made for an Arabic audience, the changes were so drastic it alienated the audience. As everyone knows, one of Homer Simpson's defining traits is that he loves beer, but since alcohol is forbidden in Islam and illegal in a lot of Arabic countries, references to alcohol and any scene taking place in Moe's Tavern were removed. As well as this, all the references to Judaism and things like bacon were removed as well. In this version of the show, the first 3 seasons were completely skipped, and the new Arabic dub started at season 4. Since its release in 2005, 34 episodes aired before the low ratings and poor reception got the show cancelled. 18 episodes were made but not aired, thus totaling 52 episodes. To this day, the 18 unaired episodes are lost. Pokemon Stars. On the same day Pokemon Sun and Moon released, Eurogamer released an article that raised some eyebrows. This was because the article built hype for a follow-up game to Sun and Moon to be released the following year for the Switch. The game would be called Pokemon Stars and would be a follow-up to the previously released games with some upgrades such as new Pokemon and upscaled resolution to 720p. Obviously this game was never released, and Generation 7 has come and gone, but it's unknown for what reasons and at what stage the game was scrapped, if it ever existed at all. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon did release in 2017, and were upgrades to the previous games except released for the 3DS. Even on the official Pokemon website around the time of its announcement, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were said to be released for the 3DS and Switch, however this was changed not too long after.